Today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower. Modern Grower is the go-to source for 100% organic, GMO-free microgreen seeds. Trusted by hundreds of growers for high quality and low prices. If you're growing microgreens, start saving at shop.moderngrower.co. If we look at some of the numbers that we've talked about so far, one surefire way to blow up financially is with debt. In the business and in personal life, debt kills you. As a small business owner, you're going to have to manage two sets of books. Your personal books as an individual or a household, and your business's books. From those experiences earlier in my life, the stupid car buy and the economic crash of 2008, I am now financially conservative, as I have said, and that is going to bleed through a lot of what I'm suggesting. I'm erring on the side of extreme caution. I have the dial turned all the way to the left. You can dial this up, but just know you are moving away from conservative to risky. It's my belief that you should err on the side of reducing debt in both your personal or household books and your business books as close to zero as possible. That's my view. Eliminate as much debt as possible. And if you look at the landscape of financial advisors, the ones that are popular and write books, people like Dave Ramsey, most are fairly conservative with debt. Dave Ramsey, I put even him in the ultra conservative category. Like he's skewed me to be more conservative. So I am borrowing some of this from Dave Ramsey. He has influenced me to avoid debt as much as possible. Erring on less debt is always better than erring on more. You're not going to miss out by not taking on more debt, including in your business. So what do? I'm buying into this, Diego. I hear what you're saying to me. I have some debt on the personal side. How do I take control of this? This can be scary. Been there. Been at the bottom in 2008, having lost a ton of money relative to how much I had in the stock market at the time. Having done some of that on margin, stupid move. Sitting there and a little bit sugaring my pants, saying, what did I do? What did I get myself into here? And I'm married, and my wife is going to be pissed. Like, it's embarrassing. I felt like I had failed. What I did at the time was like, I have to get out of all of this debt. I got to kill as much as possible, as soon as possible. Fortunately, I had some stuff I could sell, sold what I could at a gain or a loss, and just got out of the debt. This is a strategy that Dave Ramsey would talk about. If you listen to his stuff or you do his Total Money Makeover, he calls it like his snowball strategy. If you want to take control of your personal finances, the very first thing you really need to do is first build a rainy day fund. Have some money set aside in case something hits the fan, which it inevitably will. Car breaks down, washing machine breaks, one of your kids gets sick, something happens. After that, you start attacking debt. And here's something you can do to attack that debt right now. You go get out a sheet of paper, go on a computer, your phone, whatever. Start typing in all of your debt from smallest to biggest, both unofficial and official. Just get it all out there. MasterCard, $5,000. Student loan, $12,000. Mortgage, $200,000. Loan to Johnny, $500. You put all this debt out there. Now, this is just really either you as an individual or household, and then we could do the business separate. You're not commingling. It's individual and business. So you lay it all out, smallest to biggest. And the way you're going to attack this is You're going to start paying them off one by one, starting at the smallest. And why Dave Ramsey would call this the snowball strategy is you're trying to build momentum. You're trying to show progress here. If you try and attack the largest debt you have first, and this is all regardless of interest rate, if you try and attack the largest debt that you have first, it's going to take a while to pay that off, and you're going to feel like you're never making progress. Where if you start at the small end of the spectrum, debt 1, gone. Debt 2, gone. Debt 3, gone. Dang, look at me. I'm making progress. I'm great. I'm going to post about this on Instagram. I'm getting myself out of debt. You're going to feel forward progress. The snowball is going to get bigger over time. So this small to big strategy works with you mentally. And this is irregardless of interest rate. So you're not weighting high interest debt over low interest debt. You're not weighting high interest debt over low interest debt. You're really taking out the small debt first. When you eventually get down to things like mortgage debt, low interest student loan debt, which is probably big, then you can start to make some decisions of how do I pay those off? Are those critical to pay off? The ones you really want to get out of the way is really consumer spending debt, credit card debt, bank loans. Maybe you have some sort of home equity line of credit. It's those things you want to get out of. A mortgage is usually handleable. Student loan debt, usually handleable. You will want to pay those off over time, but they tend to be big. They tend to be on the lower interest rate side. And if you didn't overbuy or overspend, they tend to be a manageable portion of your monthly take-home income. This is a business show. We're talking about running business here. Why does personal debt matter? Well, it matters a lot. Because if you're running a small business like a farm and you're carrying all this personal debt, the farm is going to be the thing that needs to pay this debt off. You may be handicapping the growth of the farm because you have to draw so much cash out of the farm to tackle this personal debt. Hello, growers. If you enjoy podcasts like this one, tune into my podcast In Search of Soil on YouTube for a deep dive into the mysteries beneath our feet. Join me as I explore topics such as mycorrhizal fungi, mushrooms, compost, biochar, and more. It's a soil nerd's dream. We're going deep. We're talking to scientists about all things soil related. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or a gardener just starting out, our podcast has something for everyone. Listen in and grow with us. Check out In Search of Soil on YouTube.